Today we will talk about relicing and at least to my understanding what kind of processes we should be involved in, because earlier mentioned I told you that for me relicing is much more about planning than the execution part, because execution we will look into small details like which part we can relic how. We already looked a bit into the metal aging part, but then now it's the body. So I will tell you about how I do the planning through the Google search, image searches, and then try to understand what kind of an end result do I want. So today we have the body and the pickguard with us. I will keep the pickguard on because when I will decide together with you guys which parts we should be relicing, then you will see that some parts will be very close to the pickguard. So I want to know where exactly that part will be, and want to make sure that I don't go all the way because the parts that will be covered by the pickguard will be covered by the pickguard anyways. And then we will talk about also how to age the pickguard, which is actually, well, not so much to learn, but you know, if you're first time doing this, could be good ideas. And then we will also look into some simple examples how to do this and what kind of materials to use. Yeah. So okay, we know that this part, because the arm is always here, will be worn out. We know that the horn, at least the lower horn, will have a lot of areas that we might worn out. The area close to the jack, I will just do, you know, like kind of a exploration with you guys to understand how to do this, where to do this, and then we will talk a bit about how to do this. So just as a preparation for this video, I have already made a small collection. If I can manage to open, yeah, that's Josh Smith. So let's see, I have a small compilation of relic jobs here. Yeah, so these are from the Google images I told you previously. Can I see them a bit bigger? Yeah. So this is one image. For me, this is very worn out, but it's confirming that this area I will need to wear out, and then there will be some scratches, of course, because you're putting the guitar on a stand or you're leaning it on the floor, yeah, and then we see some scratches here. Okay, this is just, you know, just a way of seeing what's on stake. Let's see the next one. If I could get a bigger, yeah. So you see the upper horn and the lower horn. So this part usually is because of when you're playing sitting down, and also when you're holding the guitar. Okay. So let's see, I also have another version, I remember. Let me open them all together so that we can see, not one by one, but in a series, because we will have to go back and forth to make some decisions. Oh, my laptop needs renewal. This has been like 4 years since I have this laptop, and I really want to update myself actually. Maybe this time not Microsoft, but hopefully an Apple. Oh, come on. Yep, open. So yes, buckle rush, a bit heavy, but yes, buckle rush. These are easy, but you see the damage there. There is a damage, certain damage, and also here. I think this is a good example. I would really like to. And on the top, again, lower horn, where actually you're shuffling, where you do the shuffle rhythm, and the pick will be hitting here. Small, how to say, dings and scratches, and rather subtle, let's say, worn out part. And yeah, this is we will talk about this, but of course there will be hits here because of your jack. And also some here. Now, I think this photo for me is quite representative. I think I would go a bit farther, not towards here, but to the back of this, because at least for me the playing arm is a bit more sweating here, but these are really nice. And then, where I lay my hand, this is the upper horn. No, this is the lower horn. So okay, on my lap. And yeah, the buckle rash is a bit too much maybe. And this one, the lower horn. Yep. Oh, this is a nice one. So to continue a bit. But this one doesn't make too much sense for me. I don't know what you guys think. Please leave your comments on the comment section below. But all of these are quite nice details. And this is an original Fender, by the way. Okay, so what else do we have? I really, I looked into hundreds of photos and I downgraded or downsized, how to say it, my choices down here. So okay, if I look into this one, so let's start from the front face. Yeah, I think this is a good one, and I will try to do the same visual for you guys. So what I do is, I just want to do a sketch, pre-sketch. So I have my Sharpie here. It's a permanent one, because anyways I'll be scratching those paints. So if I look, I see some points here, yeah, some points here, and yeah, there is some here, and should a bit escalated maybe. Doesn't have to be the same. We will manage this together. And then the arm side, I will really go a bit longer than here. And let's leave it like this for the moment. I really like this part where we have, you know, a lot of small ipses. And this for sure. We will have this anyways. Yeah. And then a bit on this side. Let's just rough sketch. And yeah, this is a bit, it looks like it's here, but at least for myself, I'll be more playing on this side. So these small dots will be, for me, closer to here. And then the next photo, where we see a bit of the side. Here is where the pickguard ends. There is also dings here, and it will be. Yeah, this is clear, this is clear, and there is some damage down here, which I think is normal, and small damage, small worn out pieces, maybe a bit chippy here. We have lost the chip here, that's okay, doesn't have to be exactly the same, but I'm more looking into options. Yeah, for me, I think this is as far as I would go here. I wouldn't go all the way like that guy there. Yeah, so let's have a look. I will take this off for the moment. It will be a bit challenging for the electronics, but it's okay. So if I turn the body upside down, yeah, I also see in the lower horn here, and I like it. I like this one. Some small buckle rashes here and there. These are easy. And you don't have to worry about the permanent ink because you can just rub it by alcohol. So it doesn't mean that all parts I will be working with chemicals, because in some big parts I will be working with chemicals. And yeah, we will talk about it as well. So here I like this one actually. So yes, a bit like that. Yeah, I like this one a lot. The buckle rash, for me, buckle rash is a bit lower. So like this, I don't have my buckle rash up there, but this shows me that the guitar was hanging or much lower, or there was a lot of belly sweat. So I will try to negotiate with myself on where to do this, but for me it's a bit lower like this. In this area, I think I will have the buckle rash. Yeah, and some here, some here. This might be or doesn't have to be, but we will have a look. And I also use the without the back plate. So I would also imagine that these parts, and already by the way, in the original guitar has already been, how to say, somehow worn out. What else do we have? Yes, we have seen this angle, we have seen this angle. This angle is good. It shows, now it shows the damage here, sort of a damage here, some damage here, and then the others are small. And then on this side, if I would also try to emulate how it's standing, yeah, we marked most of these areas. Maybe small dings here. And then the last part will be raised view of this one. And I think here we are quite in line with how we are thinking. This should go like this rather than this. So this is not going to happen, but this is going to happen. So let me give a small break and then I will come back now with the chemicals. Yeah, I'm back and you can see that I have covered my towel with kind of how to say, paper, because I will be using chemicals. I will try to show you. It's what I could find where I live. It's a paint remover, all purpose. So for big areas, this is for the economy of work that I will do. I can continue doing this with sandpaper, you know, rough sandpaper, and then I will try to get it off. But for big areas like this, or the rash on the back, I would really rather use paint remover, which will be much more time-wise economical for me. But of course, I would still like to protect my towel because, you know, this is my towel for everything I do. So first off, be very careful with this. This is serious chemicals. So you really need to understand that you're working with the heavy stuff. And I just faintly, also a bit generously actually, put on the paint remover. And I will just leave it as is, because it will start etching the chemical composition of the paint, and yeah, so I will leave it like this, maybe some here, and let's twist it around, some here, and a bit here. This part I have to, I try not to touch it directly, and then a bit here. Bit here, I see a bit here, and a bit more here, 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 here. Now I should be waiting for a couple of minutes for the reaction to take over. Now it's been like 10-15 minutes, so I would really like to check how it is going. Good. Good. Let's see what here. I do it with a scraper, and good. What I see is that it's not completely soaked in, but maybe that's good, because then we will have much more control on what we are supposed to do. Let's also check this. I already see some bare wood. Oh, that's great. That's really great. Let's also check the other side of this. Very small. Very small. Great. If you can see already some wood, and it's good, because then we will have to do the rest by sandpaper and Actually, I'm sanding blocks, and it will be much easier to pertain this part. Good. And let's see the big guy here. This maybe needed some more chemicals, but that's okay. I mean, I'm okay with this as long as I'm taking really good chunks, which means I will do less sanding at the end. And finally, good. So I'm happy with what we have here, but I will of course get rid of the chemicals before we move in. Even the chip, great. And good. This part also, yeah. So now we'll take it to cleaning. Basically I will wash it. Yeah, this is after thorough wash with hot water and also some, yeah. Maybe you can see a bit how much coats of, because there's like 5 to 6 coats of polyester, and then also paint. So this is how much I want to get out of this, and it saves me a lot of time. So you see, maybe a bit better like this, not so much here, not so much here. Yeah. So now we have to do some basic sanding. So I use the sanding blocks, which is much easier when you already started with this. This is 120 grit sanding paper or sanding block. Maybe it will be easier if I lift it up a bit. Yeah. And then you will see that the wear and tear will be also more homogeneous. Yeah, so let me show you what I have done already. So if you can see, I removed the paint with most of it with the paint remover, and then I scraped some of the parts, and then I sand it flat, more or less. Although I'm not very happy with this one, I want to continue a bit. But you see the concept. And here a bit exactly where we have marked, where I think and I believe is the most realistic parts. Yeah, you see I have bruised the guitar, let's say, in all the areas that we have marked, or slight dings or scratches or worn out pieces. Like this part was more, you know, I hit it somewhere most probably, and these were the parts that my hands and my playing or my holding when I'm not playing will be, or my arm, yeah, will be leaving the stains. So when it comes to ding and you know, around the jack housing and also around where we have the string changing and the picks, I usually use what looks like a bump, yeah. So I will just simply go. If it's too loud, sorry guys, but I can make this part, yeah. And then I would surely hit some pieces, because I'm a clumsy guitarist. Yeah, and it's good to see some things that are chipping away. Oh, that's a good one. And also some blunt hits could be. I just don't want to do overdo, but these parts I really like, because when you sand it off, it will be really looking good. Yeah, and then this part I will do like this, but then I will how to say, then I will do a better sanding, rough sanding here, because it's mostly not the pick itself. The back I didn't do yet, but just to give you an idea how most probably it will look when we're done. Yeah, please leave comments below. Would you do it more? Would you do it less? Would you do it differently? And if so, how? And let's talk. Let's also have a look at the jack area. Not bad actually, could be better. Maybe I can do a bit more there, but in general it's okay. Take care, bye.